Hey guys, it's Heath with the Groovy Gold Hunter, and I'm back in my garage, back at home. I went to Home Depot and I went to Lowe's, and guess what I did? I bought more sand because I don't have anything to pan, nothing I bought for gold. So I was like, you know what, why not do it again? Got a lot of views and a lot of comments about that last 50-pound bag I bought from Home Depot. Everything from what I'm using to my actual garage and how dangerous my insulation can be. Really? So that being said, I did buy some more bags of sand, but this time I wanted to see if I could, number one, duplicate what I did the last time. So I went back to Home Depot, the exact same place that I went the last time, and bought the exact same bag. This bag of Quikrete all-purpose sand, but I wanted to go to Lowe's as well and see if I could get some out of a bag of sand from their place. Now, they had all kinds of different types of sand, and I wasn't too froggy about getting this sand just because you can tell that it looks like more like beach sand, and this is multi-purpose sand as well, and it's made by Sakrete, S-A-K-R-E-T-E. So I don't know where they get their sand from and how it's manufactured. No clue. I'm not going to research it. I'm basically here just to pan all of that out, see if I can get any gold out of that. So I'm doing the Home Depot versus Lowe's challenge. Didn't even realize that, but I put the Lowe's sand in a Lowe's bucket. So there you go. So it's Lowe's versus Home Depot, and can I get any gold out of either bag? Yeah, let's get started. Last time I did that was before Christmas. Now I've got some more stuff that I bought. I'm not going to use it during all of this, but I got me some miner's moss. I've got this when I eventually go to a river. A gentleman gave this to me, and you can see the carpet that's in there, but I heard this stuff was really good at catching gold and stuff like that, so I might put it in there. I've got to do my research because, again, new at this, don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to use the same thing that I used last time, my old trusty sluice box, my only sluice box. I am going to build another sluice box, but this is the material that I use right here. It's that vinyl trim that you use outside, and it really does a good job as far as not bowing or warping, and it holds its seal really good with the one that I built there. But I also got this, and this is obviously a dream mat, but it's 10 inches thick or 10 inches wide. It might be a little bit too wide for me to build a sluice box around it, so I don't know if I'm going to try to trim it in a little bit so I can use that piece of wood right there. This piece of wood right here I think is 9.5 inches. Maybe cut it down and try to fit it in there and use that for sluice box. Not sure yet. And then I also got this. This is my Miller table. Now, I looked at Miller tables and stuff on other websites. They're pretty expensive. So I found this on Amazon. They did not paint a very good color on this because it is extremely hard to see gold with that lime green color. And then it's got the little bottles underneath it that you can brush the gold into. And it's got a pump as well. You know, it's okay. It's not great. And I got these little classifiers too. They're not really good. I like the one I bought better because it actually fits in a gallon bucket, and this doesn't really fit in anything, and it's not good at all for large amounts of dirt and sand and whatever. All right, so here we go. So this sand that I bought, it's already moist. Doesn't need to be wet because it already is really wet. So I'm just going to start dropping it in and letting it flow on its own. But yeah, this is like beach sand. It's really fine sand, beige color, you can see. Let's just start dumping sand into my little sluice box and go to town, see what happens. This is going to take forever too. We'll see how long it takes. This is January the 26th when I started doing this video. So let's see how long it takes me to do 100 pounds of sand in one little sluice box. Yeah, there's somebody that commented that I don't need to be using sluice mats with sand because they pack in really easily, especially the dream mats. It's all I've got. I've used this thing and I really don't lose a whole lot of gold, if any. I have a catch bucket right here that catches all of my tailings, and I would say I catch about 99.9% of my gold. Maybe a flake or two has gotten through, but this is a really good gold catcher. But again, I'm not putting large amounts of sand in here like I am now. this is the most sand that I'll ever put in this thing. So I'm sure I'm gonna have to dump it, pan it, dump it, pan it, dump it, pan it. So yeah. The one good thing I think about this sand is I don't have to classify it because it's all same fine sand. All right, so I'm gonna keep doing this for a while, and then once I get done with one batch of this sand, I will start panning it out, and I'll get back to you then. All right, so I wanted to see about how much sand. It doesn't even look like I'd put a dent in that bucket. I did, but it doesn't look like that. So far, that's what I've got. So there are black sands in here. And then the rest is kind of funky. I think this sand was bleached, or not bleached, but colored, because I was finding these little chunks of like beige. It almost looked like dye. So I'm wondering if that sand has been colored a beige color. If you look at my water, you can see how beigey it is. So the sand has definitely been colored. All right, I'm gonna stop here because I think I've got too much in there and it'll just start clogging up, and all the gold, if there is any, will just run over the little ripples and go straight into there. So let the water settle, put it in a bucket, and then pan the rest, see what I got out of my first round. Clean. My wife came downstairs in the garage to get some paper towels, and she didn't like the fact that I took her jet dry and used it for gold panning, because this is her jet dry and I need to buy my own jet dry if I want to use it for gold panning. This was full, now it's almost empty. So yes, I did steal her jet dry. She took it back, put it under the sink, and I stole it again. So I probably need to buy me some jet dry, because yeah, she didn't like that. I need a jet dry. All right, so here's my first bucket, what I caught in the sluice mat. It's really hard to do this with the camera in your hand, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna squirt in there. Can I get it? Oh yeah, look at me go. Squirt all that out into my little pan. All right, let's get the panning. How did I do this last time? How about that? Oh, there we go. Looky there. So here's my junk. It's got some stuff in there. It's got little, not glass, but it's... All right, so let's start panning this out. There is some rocks and stuff in there, and there is black sand in here as well. And I'm gonna guess maybe I did 4 to 5 pounds of that sand so far. See, there's a lot of glass-like material. Like I said, quartz maybe? I don't know if you can see that in my hand, but quartz and black sand, I was always told that was a good sign for gold. So even if they say, is that a piece of gold? Every time I see something that looks like it's shining, boom, is that a piece of gold? This black sand is really weird, because usually black sand is kind of hard to pan back. This is pretty easy. I don't want to dump that yet because I'm afraid I missed something. I think I got gold. On my first one, I think I got gold. Yeah, look at that. It's in the corner. You can already see it. Can you see it? I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. I have done this much sand. That was my first batch. This is what I've got left. So I would say I did probably 5 pounds of sand, and I got that one little bitty piece of gold. The fact that I got that much that fast, which was, you saw it was not even a penny's worth of gold, but it's just the fact that I can find gold in sand like that. It just blows my mind. Let's do it again. We'll just keep doing it. Done with my second batch. Probably did about the same amount, about 5 pounds. That's what's left over. So yeah, I'm gonna get that, put it in here, pan, same thing. So let's do it. Make sure I got it all. And that came out of number 2, that reflection out of there. Again, a lot of quartz. A lot of quartz, a lot of rock. All right, let's pan it out. at all the black sands. See how all these little lighter sands behind it stay behind? Never seen that before. Usually the black sand stay behind and the lighter sand goes first. None in the corners. Let me put some light on it, make sure. So 1 for 2. All right, moving on. All right, so round 3, nada. What I do before I started doing this gold panning is I'm a travel vlogger. I'm more of a cruise vlogger than anything because that's what I like to do the most. I like to go on cruises and gamble. The week that I was supposed to go on a trip back in July, I wasn't able to go on my week off of work, so I just watching Gold Rush and just thought, I wonder if you can buy gold in Amazon, buy like pay dirt in Amazon. Bought one, bought a pan, panned it out, got a little gold, and been on the bug since. I wanted to start doing more gold panning stuff, and I started putting it on my Vacation Voyager vlog. That's the name of my other channel. Wasn't getting any views or anything like that. Really didn't want to. I was getting into it. The more I did it, the more I enjoyed it. And I just decided, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I really like doing it. I want to continue to do it, but I want to document it. Because then I started thinking about building sluice boxes and doing all these things. So I just decided to change it up and create a new channel that was strictly this. That's how this whole thing got started. It wasn't to get subscribers, it wasn't to get anything more than a community with people who knew a lot more about this stuff than I do, and to document my progress from when I started to however far I take it. So that was the whole purpose of this channel. Yeah, I didn't expect to get a whole lot of views on any of my videos because I don't really get a lot of views on my cruise vlog. I just started getting more and more subscribers and more views, and I couldn't figure out why. I still can't figure it out. I have no idea how YouTube works. I don't know anything about their algorithms, what people want, what people like, what people don't like. Yeah, all the subscribers that have subscribed to this channel, it means more to me, and you'll know. I don't know what I did, how I did it, don't know why it did what it did, but I'm grateful. So yeah, thanks. Okay, welcome to round 4. I've already lost track. Round 4 or 5, something like that. So I just went ahead and did what I normally do, but I wanted to show you everything that came out of the sluice, and there it is. Let's pan it out. My water is getting awful as far as, what is that? I think that's rose quartz, isn't it? Got a little pinkish hue to it. I'm gonna say that. Isn't that weird how that ripples like that? I've never seen, when I tap it, it usually all comes together, but this is, I've never seen it ripple like that before. Yep, nothing. All right, moving on. Okay, so this was my 5th sluice, and I'm going to stop because look at this water. This is how much sand I got left. It's probably maybe 15 pounds. But the water, I had to stop because I couldn't see what was going down the sluice because this water is so muddy. But see this little thing right here? Watch what happens. Crush it, and then it turns that color. So yeah, that's what's causing that. Look at my finger. But that's what's causing the water to get really nasty because they dyed the sand. Let's go ahead and pan it out, see what we got, and then I'm not going to finish tonight. I'll start again tomorrow just because I want to clean this out. So let's put it in the pan right now. And there we go. Look at that magic. All right, so in the light, there's what we got. That's a different type. Oh, that's a quartz rock too. Save it. I save it because I like breaking it up and see if I can find gold. The only time I really do that is if I buy pay dirt from Chrism Gold Mine, or if I go to Georgia to pan for gold. A lot of times if I find big old chunks of quartz. I will bring a lot of it home, and then I will crush it and see if there's gold in there. And yes, I have crushed rock before and found gold in it. Not a lot, but I have found gold. So it's worth checking out if you're ever doing that. All right, so we're going to pan the rest of this. No gold. All right, so we will continue this tomorrow. Yeah, I got to clean out that water supply from my sluice box. I got to clean out the sluice box. I got to clean out my pump. Okay, it's day 2 of my sluicing with the Lowe's bag of sand. Had to clean out my sluice box. Wanted that fresh, clean water. Don't like a dirty sluice box. And there's the rest of the sand I've got to pan out and sluice, and then I'll start on that one next. Okay, that's it. That is the entire bucket of 50-pound sand from Lowe's. All right, so this is all that remains of all of that sand. That's funny. The very first run that I did, I got gold, and haven't got gold since. But I did get 1, maybe 2 pieces. It was very hard to tell if those other ones were 2 pieces or not, but I know I definitely got 1. All right, let's bring it back. Do a little tap dance. And come on, baby. So when I do that Home Depot bag, that's going to be a lot harder because there are a lot of bigger rocks, pebbles, stuff like that. So I am going to have to classify it if I want to run it through my sluice mat. Because if I don't, it'll get clogged up in all of the holes and it will be chaos. No gold. All of that I've done, the very first pan I got a piece of gold, and after that not a single thing. Let's see what we got. I'm going to put it back in the pan. You know, actually I got more than 1 piece. I got 2 pieces. All right, let's look at it. This was in my snuffer bottle, but you can see them right there. Unos dos, 1, 2. Isn't that cool? But I still got gold. Out of that 50-pound bag, got 2 little bitty pieces of gold. That's probably not even weighable. I think I can, maybe I can weigh it in grains, but I doubt it. It's not even worth weighing. I can tell you right now, that's not even worth a nickel. But again, it's not the point. The point was to find gold, and I found gold, so I'm happy. So that is it. Round 1 comes out swinging, Lowe's, and their Sack Creek sand. They came out with 2 little chunks of gold at the very beginning, but fluttered at the end. And the next 27 pans that I did, nada. So now it's time to do the Home Depot Quickcrete. And I will probably do this in a 2-part, because this video will probably be about 15-20 minutes long. So we're going to stop here. We're going to call this part 1 of the challenge. We know what we got out of Lowe's. I'm going to keep it separate just in case. And part 2, I'm going to do Home Depot. I'm going to be a little bit more meticulous. I'm going to classify it down to probably plus minus 20, and then I'm going to run it through the sluice box and see if I can catch anything. Because like I said, I've done that one before. I wanted to do it again because since I got gold out of the first one, I wanted to see if it was consistent with what I got the first one, or if it was just dumb luck that I got gold out of the first bag of Home Depot I did on my other video. But I got gold out of that bag and Lowe's. I mean, that's awesome. We'll get back to part 2 in a little bit, but thank you guys for watching part 1 of the Lowe's part of this. Home Depot's next, so stay tuned and watch the next video. Hit that subscribe button, like button, share button. If you have any comments, I know people will have so many comments. If you do, I don't care, leave them below. I like to hear from people. If you got suggestions, I'm learning as I'm going. I'm not a professional. I don't pretend to be a professional. I'm new at this. A non-professional gold panner, miner, prospector, hunter. So if you have any suggestions, any help would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. See you at part 2. Bye.